Madden is back, but unfortunately, not much has changed since it left. In fact, I could go so far as to say Madden 24 is the same old janky, unsatisfying football simulator as Madden 23, but with a fresh coat of paint and Josh Allen on the cover. One could almost argue that the only thing that Madden 24 did well was simply being a slight improvement over Madden 23, which isn't really saying a lot. As we all know, Madden 23 was so bad that even NFL stars couldn't help but throw shade on the game. Nicole Hardman Jr. had tweeted back in August 2022 that Madden 23 might be the worst Madden ever, and this, as well as other criticisms from fans, led to some lengthy apologies from EA developers. They also promised that Madden 24 would be a far better game than its predecessor. In fact, it was the make or break game of the Madden franchise. Apparently, all of that was just talk because EA dropped the ball again, literally. With a Metacritic score of 65 and a user score of 1.9, fans of the franchise, myself included, can't help pining for the good old days of Madden 04 and 05, when, much like the great Lawrence Taylor, Madden was simply unstoppable. That said, some facets of the game still saw some much needed improvement, but are those changes worth a hefty $70 price tag? Find out in today's review.
Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, first up is the gameplay. Madden 24's gameplay is similar to previous iterations of the game. Really, if you've played one Madden game, then you've probably played them all, at least in the last decade. The offensive and defensive plays are virtually the same. But one huge change to the on-field gameplay was the introduction of sapient technology. This is intended to produce more realistic movement and lifelike interactions between the player models. In fact, EA claimed this addition was the next leap forward as far as sports games are concerned. And with the addition of Field Sense from Madden 23, it was expected to revolutionize Madden forever. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Sure, there's a noticeable change in the movement of the players, especially during cutscenes and celebrations, and the blocking, tackling, and hitting system seem to have been improved, but it wasn't as earth-shattering as EA claimed it would be. To be completely honest, I don't think I noticed it too much during my gameplay, which is a shame since it was EA's main selling point for Madden 24. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are welcomed improvements. The 1,000 new animations introduced for each character model could go a long way into making the game more immersive. The running animation is better, as well as the catching, but I wouldn't call it groundbreaking. Adding the touch pass to gameplay, while quite rewarding, is also needlessly stressful to pull off. After a while of lobbing passes to everyone and everywhere but my receiver, I just gave up and relied on the classic throwing settings I'd gotten used to. In summary, though the gameplay and graphics of the game had gotten a bit more polished, it still falls glaringly short of the massive overhaul we were promised. Most times I felt the gameplay was a little rigid, even boring, which was never in the older Madden titles. But hey, at least the referees are back. That's great, I guess.
Oh, well listen, let me save you some time. 99 right out the gate. Come on, let's make a little history, Chad.
Following years of popular demand, EA has finally listened to the fans and brought back Superstar Career Mode, a feature that had been noticeably absent from the franchise since the mid-2000s. Superstar Mode allows you to create your very own Tom Brady and take him from the Combine to the NFL Hall of Fame. EA has also reintroduced a slew of mini-games that make up a great deal of this career mode, especially in the rookie phase. Each mini-game or workout you participate in, like target practice and pass skeleton, helps boost your player's stats and comes in handy when it's time for your player to be drafted. You can also choose to put your superstar in any position you want, including quarterback, wide receiver, running back, you name it. But let's be honest, pretty much everyone will still choose to be a quarterback. After all, you need to play a pivotal role in every game and earn XPs if you hope to take your player to 99 overall. Franchise mode is also back with a ton of new additions. Like those mini games I mentioned earlier, the ability to relocate cities at any time and increase trade slots. Other than these things, franchise mode is basically the same as it was last year, and the additions simply feel like EA putting a wig and lipstick on a cow if you ask me. But I'll talk to you about that some more later. Ultimate Team is also in the game with some new features like an improved item catalog, making it easier to find players, crossplay matching, and updated life events. These changes are bare bones, to be honest, but it's not like anyone actually expects EA to make any radical changes to their Ultimate Team. Let's be frank, EA could scrap every other game mode in Madden right down to offline modes, but still keep Ultimate Team. And the reason for that is because the sheer amount of cash they generate from desperate players willing to spend real-world money for video game glory. That's cool, I'm not hating or anything. Just don't max out your parents' credit card.
A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Washington.
Okay, now let's talk about the graphics and performance. Madden 24 looks incredible. I ain't even gonna lie, most of the player models look great too, especially the really popular ones like Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Josh Allen, and so on. Just one look at any of these superstars and you probably know a few of the dev members probably spent their weekends working overtime to make them stand out visually. The running and blocking animation also looks a lot better, especially with the addition of Sapien technology. But it's in the cutscenes and touchdown celebrations that the models really shine. Some still look like they just narrowly missed being in the uncanny valley, but still, most players are an upgrade over Madden 23. As for the performance, beware, Madden 24 is buggy. I mean, it's not a glitchy nightmare like Madden 22, but expect it to pop up once in a while. And by it, I mean offensive players missing the play and not helping the running backs, players not adapting to play, and the draft class import bug, which makes all your imported players share identical face and physique models. And that last one was creepy as hell, especially when your whole imported roster ends up looking like the Agent Smith clones from The Matrix. It's not game breaking, but it definitely still needs some work.
This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. as the first half is winding down.
Next is the spirit of this game. The developers of Madden 24 tried to add more features and more options to the game. We saw the return of Superstar mode, training mini games, and so on. Unfortunately, all of those things do not necessarily translate into a fun game, especially all its incremental additions. Madden 24 still plays, looks, and sounds the same as Madden 23, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but to truly fix Madden, I believe the developers may need to make a whole lot more fundamental changes to gameplay formula and its overall structure besides simply copy and pasting. Madden 24 was the make or break game for the annual NFL simulator franchise, and while EA did make a couple of good changes, the game still feels broken in most cases. If you're a casual gamer just getting into Madden for the first time, Madden 24 may be a great game for you to get the ball rolling. But for longtime Madden fans like myself, we may have to wait a little longer for the beloved franchise to return to its glory days. With this in mind, I give this game 2.5 stars. You should definitely buy it for new features, but don't expect too much from it. So what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with my review? Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to get regular updates on new videos. Really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Head on Madden NFL 24.